Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for the free monthly tarot scopes. For the tarot portion of the reading, we'll be using the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation. Then we will move over and choose a card from the Animal Totem cards, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are also my own creation, to round out the reading for the month. If you're watching these readings to learn how to read tarot, I recommend my book, Tarot in the Modern World. It's very inexpensive and easy to understand. You can find all that by looking in the Eye in the Sky, as well as my adult coloring books, which are therapeutic and art therapy. They're relaxing, and all the things that I have for sale and all the readings I do are to help with your spiritual growth and your empowerment, because that's your ultimate goal. While we're doing the reading, take time to look at each card. I will hold them up and you can freeze frame the deck. Look at the letters, look at the shapes, see if anything stands out to you. This is how it can become a more personal reading to you, as you trust your intuition and allow these cards to speak to you, as I know they do. They're still speaking to me. If you don't get your personal message from this one, please be sure to check out your rising sign and your moon sign. Now, before we start the reading, I want everybody to pick a color. Once you have your color in mind, we're going to move on to the reading. Thank you in advance for your continued support. Hello, Gemini. If you've got your color, be sure to look for that color in the cards as they come up, and pay special attention to the words that the colors appear in. And by the way, happy birthday to all you Geminis. This is your most powerful time of the year. The new moon in Gemini, which occurs on June 4th, and your own birthday, which is your solar return every year, is your new year, not January 1st. This is the time when you want to make your affirmations. This is the time that you want to plan your life for the next year. This is a very powerful time for all of you every year. It's also a great time to order my year ahead report, which you can find by looking up here in the top portion, the info section. It's really in-depth. It's $22 and it's like 17 to 20 pages long. It's very in-depth, and it covers the entire year. Every aspect for you with explanation for the entire year ahead. Okay, so what is going on for Gemini here in the month of June? I keep hearing that song, The Merry, Merry Month of May, like that old-time song, like the barbershop quartet. I'm actually recording this in May, but that's so funny. Okay, Gemini, what's going on for your big birthday month? Okay, we need one more card. One more card for Gemini. Alrighty then, let's have a look. Let me get these kind of lined up or straightened out a little bit better for you. And here we go. Well, the very first card that came out was the Nine of Rods. Take time to look at it, see what stands out to you. Freeze frame the video if you have to. The Nine of Rods is always about being on guard, feeling like I have to have my defenses up, feeling like I may be being bombarded. In this case, it's kind of nicer because he's looking off into this direction, which a lot of times I'll say, this is the past and this is the future, So he's looking off into this direction. So it kind of feels like it's something that happened in the past. You have your guard up because of past experiences. This says 9 of Rods in the bottom, but it looked like it said 90 to me. So maybe 90 has something to do with it. I mean, when I think of 90, I think of I-90, the freeway that runs, through a large portion of the but it could have a special meaning to you, or again, pay attention to the other things. So he's being on guard, but the Ace of Pentacles is on the other side, so that's a wonderful card. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in money. So it looks like there's an opportunity for some new money to come your way. Usually it's going to be maybe a new job, new job, new investment opportunity. The Seven of Cups is off to the other side of it, which talks about dreams are coming true. So this new beginning in money is some kind of a dream come true. Now this card is a more wider scope. The Seven of Cups covers a wider scope. It's not like, well, I wanted to get the job at XYZ manufacturing or whatever, and that's my dream and that's what's coming true. That would be more like if the wish card were here. The Nine of Cups is more like a real specific thing that you're wanting. The Seven of Cups is like a looser interpretation. The Seven of Cups is like the bigger picture. So it's more like, well, I want a job that is close to home or close to school or has this kind of salary and this benefits and this and this. It's more like the kind of the general vibe or outlook characteristics that you're looking for. And the Ace of Pentacles is right there, so it looks like this is something's coming to you. In addition, you also do have the Page of Pentacles. So this is new beginnings in money. Money's coming, or news of money is coming. This may have even, you might have heard the news, because this is Earth, you may have heard the news back in Taurus time. Which when I'm recording this, it's actually still Taurus time, so that would have been like prior to May 20th. But then it looks like, you know, you hear the news, and then it's coming, it's happening, it's coming through for you, which is awesome. A load is lifted off your back. Okay? So some kind of burden or some kind of load that you've been carrying around is lifted off your back. It ties into this thing that you've been on guard about. Just now the word doubt really stood out to me too. So for some of you, I want to tell you, don't doubt yourself. You know, don't doubt that you can have all these things that you're really dreaming about or you really want to do. You know, so many people hate their jobs. It's incredible to me. And you, like somebody says, oh, I got a new job. And I'm like, oh, do you like it? And they're like, ugh. You know, it pays the bills. That's what they say. It pays the bills. But they look at you like you're crazy. Like it? It's my job. You know, therefore that means I hate it. You know, and that's not really how it should be. It shouldn't be like that, and it doesn't have to be. So if that's what you're on guard about, don't worry about it. Secondly, maybe this is on guard about something because you have this Five of Cups down here, and the Five of Cups also looks at the past. He looks at the spilled cups. So for some of you, this could be an opportunity that's cycling itself back around again. Like maybe this company was hiring and you or somebody you care about was trying to get a job there and you didn't get the job. It was a disappointment. The cups were spilled. It didn't work out for you. But now when this is in reverse, it's like, well, maybe it's going to work out this time. Or even if it's not a job at XYZ Manufacturing, say, or I should say, what's the one that Wile E. Coyote always orders from? Not Amico. What does he order from? I should use that as my example. Where he always orders all his contraptions for to catch the Roadrunner. I don't know why I want to bring that up, but I do. Acme. Yeah. So say you didn't get the job at Acme Manufacturing. That's okay. Because maybe you're going to get it now, or somebody else. If you're rooting, like this could be, if you're older, this could be one of your kids, or even a younger sibling or somebody. Like maybe you're rooting for them to get this job or get into this situation. It can be a school, possibly, but I'm kind of not so much about the school. The reason that I'm not so much about the school is because the Hierophant is in reverse. And it's right in the center of the reading, and I feel like the center card is often the focal point. Really, in this case, that Ace of Pentacles is drawing me, but I'm going to look at this, you know, everything is here in the middle. Now, Hierophant in reverse, this means something outside of, like something kind of unusual. Hierophant upright would definitely talk about college, or the legal system, or government, you know, these big structured foundations that our society is built on, right? In reverse, it's like outside of the box. It does mean just plain outside of the box, like something really different. So, like, say you were trying to get into Acme Manufacturing because you wanted to be do this kind of work, and well, maybe this other position's open up and you can get in there. More so, though, I feel like it's just completely not what you're thinking, because the Seven of Cups being here, the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like it's just completely not what you're thinking. So don't have such a narrow view on things here. You know, don't have the blinders on. Well, it's got to be this and only this, and that's the only thing I'll settle for, and that's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I'm going to get rid of that, because it's clearly saying that it's maybe not be exactly what you want, but big picture, it's going to be something really wonderful for you. Up just stood out to me. So you're moving up. It's a up. It's going to upturn, and then the Hierophant brings it back to, you know, it's going to be a little different. Even if it's not just a little different, like by weird, you know, by society standards, it's probably a little bit outside the box of your comfort zone or what you've normally done. So maybe it's not a strange or unusual job by other people, by the society at large's standard, but just a little bit strange and unusual for you, or a little bit different for you. Or maybe it's like kind of just, here's what I feel about it, what I'm getting about it. It's about going off the beaten path. Like there's this straight road, and then there's these little side roads off to the side there, and it's going to be one of these little side roads, but it's a twist and a turn. There's a twist going on here, you know, like the big twist, the big surprise maybe. I'm not feeling a whole lot of surprise, but I'm feeling definitely different than what you've anticipated, either for yourself or for this other person here. News is coming. News is coming. Things are going to happen fast. Eight of Rods is here. This talks about things are going to happen quickly. You know, you're going to have to, you can't lollygag around. Okay, lollygag, there's a word. So no lollygagging, Geminis, you hear me? You hear me talking to you? Anyway, so no lollygagging. Act quickly. Time to move. You can't sit around moping about things either. Get over that. This being on guard and this being moping about what didn't go right, get rid of that. Because again, you are in this powerful time. This is no joke. Every year around this time, you get one new moon normally, and it's your new moon on the 4th, and then your birthday. This is powerful, powerful energy. So what are you going to manifest for the following year here? Are you going to be down in the dumps and manifest depression and, oh, it didn't work, things don't work out for me? Or are you going to be like, well, dreaming a new dream, dreaming a bigger dream, dreaming a bigger picture? That's where you need to be focusing your attention. You know, you've got the High Priestess here too, so I feel like you're really intuitive. That's what this talks about here. So, the High Priestess is kind of like, too, I want to say, this is something that you definitely have, you know, this is like in your wildest dreams almost, or your dream of dreams, you know. It's almost like I want to tell you guys, just throw the practicality out the window. And normally Geminis aren't extremely practical to begin with, but that's kind of what this reading is sort of feeling like. You know, like there's a lot of rigidness about how things have to be. And the High Priestess here is talking about, you know, in your dream of dreams, in your heart of heart, what's really going on there. You know, or the old saying, if money, what would you do if money didn't matter? Take money out of the picture, and what would you be doing with your life? Because I feel like for a lot of you, like you've always wanted to do this. Like inside you always knew that this was your calling, but you've been told, you know, maybe possibly by the society at large, the Hierophant, you know, maybe in school or by structured religions or parents or whoever. Oh, you can't do that. You've got to do it. This is how, you know, we got to go do this stuff. And this is saying, no way. This is something definitely different. And I also want to say you've called to it. You've called upon it. You've called to it. You've yearned for it. You've wanted this. Okay. When you're yearning for something in the inside, because the High Priestess is very much an intuitive and an inward card, but then your actions on the outside are doing something completely different. That's when these kind of cards arise. That's when disappointment arises. That's when frustration arises. That's when you hit the roadblocks. So this is about really getting straight with what you really want to do. Get rid of all the buts. Well, I'd really like to do that, but don't start running down your list of why you can't have what you really, really want. I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want. Oh, these songs, that's not even a song I ever listened to either. So, I don't know. Spirit guides have a sense of humor. So, again, new moon, new year. This is the time for doing it. Something's popping up for you here, though. It looks like there's definitely some new money coming in. There's a twist, though. It's not quite in the way that maybe you would have hoped for or that you really been trying for. But in the big picture, it's really going to be, you know, something really good. And again, real quickly, you know, happy birthday. And those year ahead things, those are excellent reports. I mean, they're very long, and they're good for the entire year. Every single day, every single week, it tells you all your aspects and tells you what to expect. It's really a good report, and it's only $22, so check it out. Soul Brother, check it out now. Okay, Gemini, what is your animal totem for your big birthday month of June 2016? I got more than one. I got one. Snake. Ooh, snake is some powerful mojo. I want you to look at it and look at all the cards and maybe freeze frame if you have to, okay? These first are just the snake gods and goddesses, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce them, so I'm not even going to try to say them. Let's move on to the next portion. Kundalini activation, carnal knowledge, portal to awakening, primal chi medicine. The new you is emerging now. And that is totally on point with the astrology for the month. As I said, it's the new moon, it's your solar return on your birthday. And that's because the snake sheds its skin. You know, you shed your skin, and the new you emerges, and that's what you're molting. you're molting. Oh, you know what just popped into my head? There's some 17-year locusts. Cause I was thinking about molting and those how they leave their little old skins laying around all over the trees and stuff. So for some of you, because that popped into my head, I want to say that maybe there is something about 17, if you're old enough to remember this, you know. What happened 17 years ago. This could be some kind of recycling of this number 17 for some reason. They clearly showed me those cicadas or locusts, you know, shell things on the trees. Yeah, the new you is emerging. And it's a new beginning. You don't have to stay within society's standards or whatever standards you've upheld for yourself in the past. The Hierophant reverse is all about breaking out. It's time to break out, baby. And the new you is emerging. But I think it was there all along, you know. With this card and this card, I think it may have been there all along. Okay, Gemini, thank you guys all for liking, donating. Hey, I am going to be opening up the soul reading, which is the in-depth astrology reading. I've told people before, I'm going to mention it again, it's only going to be for a couple weeks in a month. I think I might open it up for, because I just get bombarded and it becomes too much, and rather than make you wait and I get stressed out because I've got people waiting, I try to take orders maybe for a couple weeks and then catch up for a couple weeks. So you just have to check my website, which you can find there, or even on the Facebook link below. There's a bunch of links below. If you don't want to ever miss a report, please do subscribe, which is in the lower right hand corner. Thank you all for liking, sharing, commenting, and everything that you do to support me and the channel, including buying all my wares, the decks, the books, and the mandalas, everything that I have for sale. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great June, a great birthday, and I'll talk to you soon.